So after that, our first official match of the night, Bray Wyatt taking on Kane, who randomly resurfaced out of nowhere. The guy's been gone since Survivor Series. He comes back as Pyro goes off like he was never ever gone. The commentators are like, oh, here comes Kane. But where has he been for the past month? Why is he back anyway? Like, why would you bring back Kane? Obviously, they're just spinning their wheels with the Wyatt family before their next feud. Or, I mean, I fully expected for their next feud to kick off on this show. But like I said last week here on the show, I feel like they will probably kill time with the Wyatt family before the Rumble, and all 4 guys will be in the Rumble match because they have the numbers advantage. But so until then, I fully expect to see more matches like this, but it felt like a total waste of time. Kane and Wyatt went for all of a minute before it ended in a DQ, and then the Dudley Boys and Tommy Dreamer came out. Now, Tommy Dreamer said on Twitter last week that last week's Raw in Philly was his final match, and as it should have been. I love Tommy Dreamer. That was a great match. He had a great showing. But what's the point in bringing him back? I know he's working house shows from now on for like the next month or so, I feel like. I think he's going to be at a house show this Sunday here in Connecticut, but anyway, I mean, it's cool that he's sticking around, but why on TV? You know, he could still stick around and do house shows, but on TV, there's no real purpose in keeping him around. They ended the ECW and Wyatt family feud. They had 2 great matches at TLC and Raw, respectively. I just hated seeing the babyfaces lose. Again, I'm not saying they should have won here, but then why do the match in the first place? You know, the Dudley Boys have lost now 3 times to the Wyatt family. Why would you have them lose again? And the Wyatt family, I'm so happy to see them finally gaining momentum, but they're not going to gain momentum and beating people they already beat. You know, Kane and the Dudley Boys and Tommy Dreamer are such a mishap of a team, a bunch of misfits. It just made no sense. The match was the throwaway match. I'm glad the Wyatt family won, but it just shouldn't have happened to begin with. Kane came back for no real reason. He'll probably be in the Rumble, but again, where has he been for the past month? If they planned on having him stick around and not working a part-time deal, then why would he have just randomly come back last night without any, notification or without any advertisement or anything? They didn't make a big deal about it whatsoever. I know Kane is Kane, but it was just stupid. It was so dumb how he just came out without any explanation. I know this is typical WWE. You shouldn't be ranting about this. You should have expected this, but I'm just saying it just boggled my mind, and this was only 20 minutes into the show that this happened, so I don't know what's next for the Wyatt family. Like I said last week, I feel like they'll be in the Rumble match, they'll have the numbers game, they'll have the numbers advantage. I've read reports that he might face Bray Wyatt, that is, Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, which, it gets mixed feelings from me, because I've said in the past that Brock Lesnar should be facing people that he's never faced before, and fresh faces. Wyatt, I don't think Lesnar and Wyatt would be a draw. Then again, neither would Lesnar and fucking like Cesaro, like a match that we all want to see. There's not really a difference. I'm not trying to do double standards here. I'm just saying that I don't think Wyatt and Lesnar, it'd be a good little match for WrestleMania, but at the same time, Lesnar would win. Lesnar would win. There's no way that he's jobbing to Bray Wyatt. And that said, Bray Wyatt would have to lose again at WrestleMania for 3 fucking years in a row, killing any momentum that he's had over the last couple months. They've done this year after year. In 2013 and in 2014, those fall-winter sessions, those seasons, Wyatt would go on a roll. He would beat Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, and then when it came to WrestleMania, he would lose to John Cena and then The Undertaker. Yes, he had a good showing, but what did it do for him? The guy was back to being a glorified mid-carder by the spring. It did nothing for him. I don't care what anyone says. The feud with John Cena was a total waste of time. It was. We got a few decent matches out of it, but they weren't great enough to the point where I feel like I would have been missing out if we never had them. The Undertaker, the same exact thing. The match at WrestleMania was good. It was a good match, but he went on to do nothing. Bray Wyatt was off TV for the better part of the next 3 months before the Wyatt family finally reunited. It was so stupid. So anyway, I don't know what's next for him, and I'm hoping this is not leading. I mean, a Lesnar match would not be the worst thing in the world. At least he'd be in a prominent match at WrestleMania, but I feel like Lesnar's either facing Roman again. Sheamus, I don't think that's happening. That's like a house show match at this point, because Sheamus is a fucking loser. Who else? Not Ambrose. Roman. I've said Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens makes more sense than fucking Bray Wyatt. I know they're kind of in the same boat, and both teams kind of have momentum, but at least Owens, he's not a loser. Bray Wyatt's a loser. They've won against the ECW originals. That's great. That's awesome. But they need to win their next feud as well. They can't just be built up only to lose to a big-time star. It's so formulaic. We've seen it time and time again with this guy. He needs the opportunity to shine, and it can't come in a match against Brock Lesnar because you know he's not going to win, and Lesnar will destroy the entire Wyatt family. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But the match on Monday was just completely meaningless.